we've got the clear indication of the 2 points on the line that we're using for the slope. Right here, why is this one good? Why do we want to use that point on the line? What's it doing right there? Run it by your neighbor really quick, okay? Right, and then this point. Why is this a good point to use for a slope calculation? I'm liking these points. Why? Because two lines, right? The intersection of two lines. I can really easily know the value of that. Okay, so hide that. So I come down here. So this is 8 and, oh Lord, 8 inches and 24 inches. Because if I go over here, what? If I go over here, that's 24. That's it. You don't need to do all the stuff I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to show you how I got 8 and 24 here. And then for this other point, that's 5 inches. And then this is 16 inches. Okay? When we go to calculate slope, isn't technology great? I'm going to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, okay? So in this particular case, that's x2, that's y2, this is x1, this is y1. So y2, 24 inches, minus 16 inches. And then here we have 8 inches minus 5 inches. Now I was talking about this with a couple folks. If I had like inches times inches, that's going to be inches squared. But I don't have that here. I have inches over inches. Inches divided by inches is the same thing as having x divided by x, or, come on, equal sign, 5 divided by 5. That's just 1. Okay, so I don't need to write anything for the unit here because the units would be canceling out. I get 24 minus 16. Who's got a calculator? 8 inches divided by 8 minus 5. I can do that one, thanks. Inches. 8/3. Okay, now maybe you use like socket sets a lot or you bake a lot, so you're really good with fractions. I am not. Okay, so 8/3. I'm going to go ahead and calculator that thing. Where'd you go, calculator? Repeating. That's exciting. Now you're tempted because you're a West High kid to put all those numbers on there. 8 divided by 3. Ooh, look at that. All the numbers. Yeah. No. Okay, this is 2.7. But there were all those other numbers. Yeah, but like everything you measured was to 2 digits. So just report to 2 digits, okay? Leave the numerical diarrhea off of there. We're being honest about what the numbers are here, okay? And that's kind of also the reason we don't use fractions. Fractions are precise, okay? 5/25 is very exact, but that's not what we're working with here, okay? Instead of 5/25, you'd write 0.2. So 2.7. Now, hey, it's also really important that you identify that you're not being lazy, that you thought about the units, and the math says there's no units. So I would write no units next to that in your slope calculation. That way I know that it's intentional, that it's not just you being slack on a Is it Friday? Yes. We can do this, people. All right. So I got 2.70 units there. So then the other thing I need to talk about is the equation. This is a line. It's not always going to be a line, but today it is, okay? And a lot of days it will be. And the equation for a line is y equals mx plus b, okay? So what are those various parts? Okay, run that by your neighbor really quick. What is m to this thing? Okay. Please do. Okay. So what is m, somebody? Slope. Okay. So hopefully you got that part. Slope is m. What is b? Yeah. Can you say that with simpler words? Don't use the word vertical or intercept when describing it. I know I did earlier, but it's what? It's where the what? Where the line crosses the y-axis, where the line touches the vertical axis, okay? Where the line crosses, oh man, come on. If somebody can go to whatever store sells 4A batteries and buy me one, that'd be great. Where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay? So then the other two things, this is the tough bit because you're not used to writing equations this way. What is y? What is x to this? Well, what is y to this graph? Run it by your neighbor. What is the y? What's on the y? Hope so. Say hi to that other guy. Okay? What it needs to be is the thing on the y-axis. What thing is on the y-axis? Begins with ends with circumference. Circumference, okay? And then x, that's the thing on the x-axis. What's the thing on the x-axis today? Begins with a d, ends with diameter. Say it out loud, Tomas. There you go, okay? Diameter. So we've got circumference, we've got diameter. Tomas, how you feeling about the Champions League draw? It's a lot of travel, dude. Donetsk? Where even is that? Who knows? Sounds far away. All right. So here's what needs to go in that place on the lab sheet. And if you could do this from day one, it would be amazing. And you would always get a 10 out of 10. But this will be the thing that is probably the most challenging to get your head around. Don't write y, don't write x in the equation. Write the thing on the y-axis. So I'm going to write circumference equals m. According to this graph, it's 2.7, no units. I'm just going to write 2.7 here. Let's be honest. I'm going to get lazy about the no uniting. And then in parentheses here, do I want to do parentheses? I don't know. We can just do the multiplied by symbol. Let's do parentheses. X. X is diameter. And then in this case, plus 3 what? Well, it's 3 inches. Okay? So let's check this out. Let's see if this is correct or not. What does it mean to be correct? Let's see if this gives us plausible results. So did you measure this thing yesterday? Okay. So world famous frisbee, and I've got here, and we're in inches, right? Diameter. According to this, the diameter is 18. Okay. What does the equation say the circumference? Check that out. Oops. Math. All right. 2.7 times 18 plus 3. What do you get? 51.6. AKA 2. Okay. So I don't know that I'm going to get 0.6 inches here. So let's check it out. So I've got that red mark facing down, and I'm going to roll it. And if we're correct, the red mark should be down when we get to Ricky Steamboat Dragon 52. 52. Okay, so there's our prediction. Let's check it out. Roll without slipping. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. How'd we do? So we're off by a little bit, okay? But it's close enough for government work, and that's what we're doing here, all right? So check it out. See what you end up with, okay? And then what's a good way to report our values here? Ooh, hair deck. Once you got your slopes, go ahead and throw it up on the pear deck. And really, I guess I just need one person from your group there. I should have had pear deck. I just need to have it open every day. Need to get in that habit. Pear deck. Come on. Finct. F-I-N-C-T. F-I-N-C-T. Can't read a clock. 34. All right, we're doing good. Finct. So pop on over to the pear deck. What did you get for your slope numerically? For being good little scientists, then I think the number should be unique to you, okay? Because your judgment was involved in laying down that okay fit line. So should probably be similar to your group mates, but if you're both giving me the same 7-digit number, I'm going to judge you. Not this time, but next time. Okay. Again, while that's happening, so you're over there, you're putting in your slope in the pear deck, joinpd.com Finct. Make sure that on your graph sheet, when you go to hand it in, you've got your calculation for your slope, including thoughts about units. You've got your equation written in the proper format, your vertical intercept. What should the vertical intercept be? If you had a circle that had a diameter of 0, how far around should it be? 0 would make sense there, right? If it's got a diameter of 0, then around it should be 0. So it would make sense that it went through at 0, 0. But if we're being honest little scientists, you're using your line to figure out where it crosses at. Okay? Don't force it to go through 0, 0. What does your data suggest it should be? Okay? And a little bit later on, we're going to introduce a test, a statistical test, that tells us whether that is significant or not. In this case, is it significant? Let's see. Ooh, yeah, I'd say it would be here. What do you mean? What are you asking me? Oh, so here's what I'm showing you. So I was using that 18 to just kind of gauge how good your equation was. You don't need to do that on your lab. Okay? What you do need to do is this stuff on the backside. So you got a sketch of the graph. Don't redo the graph. Just this is what's on the vertical axis. This is what's on the horizontal axis. Show the shape of it. In this case, it's a line. And I guess I would look to see, is that line going through 0, 0, or is it clearly not? Okay. Slope. So our calculation we did for the slope from the OK fit line, that should be in this chunk. Vertical intercept, we talked about like on this one, or the one that we had up, it'd be 3 inches. And then equation, never write y equals mx plus b. Never write y or x in your equation. That's the generic form. We want it specific to this lab. So in this specific lab, that's going to be circumference equals whatever number you have times diameter, okay? And so people are working on that. And the other thing I'm asking you to do over here on Finct is what's your number value for your slope? Yeah, that's right. Getting a few more folks in there? Yeah, don't be that kid. Who's being the donkey? All right, so we've heard from 19 folks. Is that enough? There, lock your screens. All right. So here's where we're at. So here's the, it's telling you the average is 3. Okay. On the high end, there was can I get the exact value of that if I mouse over it? Nope. 4 something. Okay. There's some slightly more than 2.5s. There's a lot happening right here around 3, but 3 is kind of our average. Okay. What's up with this one? So those are all going to kind of mentally average to 3. And then if this is the one I'm thinking of, you can report this to 2 digits. I think it's 0.34 is what they had. How does that compare? So we're saying most of the groups had a slope of about 3. They're saying 0.34. Okay, so we're saying circumference equals 3 times diameter, roughly. What do you think happened if they've got 0.34? This is you multiply this thing times 3. This says you multiply it by 3rd. What do you think they did? Run that by your neighbor real quick and see if you can Okay, so the main equation is saying you take 3 times that diameter, you get the circumference. This is saying 0.34, 1/3. What do you think this is? 1/3 what? 1/3 the circumference is diameter. Okay? This is why it's important to think about what's on your y and your x. If they write the equation this way, that's valid. That's what you do. If you take 1/3 of the circumference, that's going to give you the diameter. Okay? So that's cool. They just labeled their axes differently. But they're basically in agreement with us. Okay? That the diameter is about 1/3 of the circumference. Cool. So that's why it's important that we have those labels and things in our equation so we know that they're not wrong, they're actually agreeing with us. Okay? All right. So that's after the lab. If you feel like you think you're at a point where you're going to get a 10 out of 10, go ahead and run that by the basket here. And then there are the rest of these. So, question here about taking points off. So you're never going to get this back as a 9 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10. It's either coming back as I like it, it's a 10 out of 10, or it's coming back and it's a 5 out of 10. And you just have to make some changes. And I'll tell you what those changes are going to be. Okay? You'll know exactly what to change. And you'll get, if you resubmit it and it's fixed,
So we're both doing 12. But I'm probably
These sheets I need to take over here.
you show us
I think we did good.
All right, had we looked at this yet? Had you looked at this yet with me? So check this thing out, okay? Let me freeze it because I'm about to print. Just run, like, what are you noticing here? All right. So first thing you noticed was what? First thing you noticed was Spanish? Good eyes from over there. Wow. What else did you notice initially here? Right, they all start with D. Okay. Ooh, and then we notice that next layer, it's the exact same thing, but it's different how? It's all Spanish.
Oh, it's all Spanish.
Yeah, de ocupado lector sin. I can't read it, it's too small, but yeah, de ocupado lector sin momento me podrá creer que. Yeah, it's the same thing, different format. What do you mean by format?
Like one of them, like the longer, the other one's more like a newspaper article.
Okay, some of them are a little wider, some of them are a little bit longer. Okay, so what I need you to do is try to figure out what relationship if any, exists between height and width of the paragraph. Okay, so you got about 10-ish minutes. So this copy this paragraph over here, we're going to go grab that for your group, okay? And then rulers. Rulers are here in this tub, okay? Grab a ruler, get measuring, and let's have a go at this.
Is that one of your people?
I can divide and conquer. I'm going to go grab some more copies.
Thank you.
Oh, we have to like.
Oh, that's
All right, who needs? So y'all like divide and conquer? Quite well. So there is a ruler on the back, but I got rulers right here. You got 3. Oh, I'll turn the lights. Sorry.
Can we have one of those? Can you have it?
Dividing clock, you got like 7 minutes left. You each measure 3 paragraphs in your group. You have one. What relationship, if any, exists between the height and the width of the paragraph? Boop. Oops. Come on, friend.
I got 28. From where to the corner to the corner of this one. Can I write it down here?
So with this one, ultimately your output is going to be a graph of height with the units versus width with the units. Okay. Yeah, you got like 4 or 5 more minutes here to get these things done, work together, knock it out. Make sure everybody's got the data. Could you be a hero and plot that over the weekend? Hey, it's a 3-day weekend. Could you be a hero and plot this? You got AFT today. At least have the graph plotted. Don't worry about anything. Hey, don't worry about anything beyond plotting the graph. I don't even need you to put OK fit line through it. I just would really love to have the dots on the graph for Monday. Yep. Yep. Make that document. Doing all the things. Oh, fair. You got it's a duo. Okay, cool.
Which way do you want to do it?
Oh.
Probably this way.
Yeah.
Oops, let's take attendance. So no Jimmy. Patrick.
Okay, well, this is what I'm saying.
You donkeys, you're not even on the same group.
I feel like you should go to the study room.
Go to study room.
Danny Lee. Maddie. Maddie. You're Maddie? Okay. Yep, that's that Maddie. Fatma,
I'm up on
You
study
just
Daniel.
told me a button for you.
Roberto.
Okay, which way did you do it?
I did it the long way this way.
Ah, Alan, there we go.
I did everything.
Yeah.
The width.
Man, you donkeys. Nobody's working in their groups, are they?
Is it? This is the
Yeah, this would be the height because this is shorter.
DK?
Which one's the height?
DK? No DK?
You don't need to go like 10 minutes.
Fun facts about DK?
Yeah, well, I figured that out afterwards. Okay. What do you want to go by? Perhaps.
You reached out. Fun fact. So it's not that you were involved in that.
Should each class be a half? So like every two?
So with each one.
DK. Boop.